Right, after a certain amount of fussing around and messing with it, I've come up with a maneuver here that will result in a Kerbal periapsis of 644 kilometers. So I think that's a good next step. And so I've gone ahead and made an alarm for it in 2 days and 3 hours. So the next step here is to disconnect from the asteroid. Turn on RCS and let's back away a little bit. And then maneuver so that the center of mass and the maneuver node are lined up. That, based on experience, is probably going to take a while. So I'm going to maneuver around and get the ship lined up so that center of mass and maneuver node are lined up, and then redock with this asteroid. And then we'll proceed to change its orbit for a nice low Kerbal periapsis, and then we'll set up another maneuver somewhere further down the line to refine that periapsis even lower so that we could aerobrake this thing. Alright, I'm just about ready to grab a hold of this asteroid again. And the procedure I used for this was to release from it and then get clear of it a little ways, rotate the ship to match the maneuver node, and then maneuver the ship around until the center of mass vector, the pink one, is in the same place as the maneuver node, and then just get the yellow marker for the velocity vector lined up with those and approach. And here we go. About ready to dock. I think we're docked. It's hard to tell. Okay, we're docked. All right. Okay, maybe not all right. Lost the center of mass marker isn't quite centered. Let's turn off the fine controls. All right, free the pivot. No, let's not free the pivot. Instead, let's see, I have an alarm set for this burn. So I'm going to go ahead and time warp to it. And we'll burn to 16.1 meters per second. Get this thing on course for a close encounter with the planet Kerbal. Alright, delete the alarm. And now let's apply some thrust. Go back to staging mode. And just use minimum thrust. It'll make for a longer burn, but I think overall a better way to do it. Okay. 10 meters a second to go. We're not going into a tumble. And the smaller asteroid doesn't need nearly so much fuel to get the same delta V. Now I know there's going to be another maneuver needed to bring the periapsis even lower, but we can wait till we get closer to Kerbin to be able to do that. This will bring it down to like let's see. Okay, let's just cut that, get rid of the node. Kerbin periapsis of now about 700. Okay, we're not entirely sure because we're not very close to it. But the periapsis is definitely less than 1,000 kilometers. So we can set the next alarm for this ship, I think, right here at Kerbin Encounter. And now we've got Sundiver 1's next maneuver to deal with, so let's just go ahead and time warp out to that and do that one. Sundiver 1 apoapsis. Jump to ship. Oh, this is the Sundiver. I didn't want that. Sundiver recovery is in 39 days. The next one to deal with is the Kerbin Drez transfer, which is in 4 days. Okay, we'll time warp some more. I'd forgotten about that one. All right. Okay, that means I need to switch back to Kerbin. Okay, I'll have to go by way of the tracking station to get to the ship for Drez. So we'll see you there. Right. I've gotten switched to the Drez ship, and I've gone ahead and laid out a course here that will take the ship out here towards the orbit of Drez. There will need to be a plane change burn here at the descending node, but that will be in quite a while. Meanwhile, get this thing lined up on the maneuver node and get... Okay. Lined up. Time warping closer to burn time. What the heck? I have no idea what happened there. According to this, the controls are slammed all that way. And all we've got left is the probe core. So this one is not going to Drez. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. Alright, the Drez mission will have to wait then. Obviously, that ship isn't going. In fact, I can't even see the remainders of it. It's turning into its debris now, and it's junk that will have to be recovered. Alright, what is our next alarm? Sundiver recovery. Let's jump to it. Okay, I'm finding I can't jump to it, nor can I return to the Space Center, because the thing thinks it's under acceleration. You know, I switch out here, and I select Sundiver recovery, switch to, cannot switch vessels while under acceleration. The problem is the throttle is off, the RCS is off, the SAS is off, and let's see, MJ is off. There is no acceleration. So what the heck is going on here? I don't know. But I do know that the electric charge is running down, so something's trying to do something. So I'm going to have to wait for the electric charge to run down. Oh, isn't that wonderful? What if I turn the torque off? All right. Reaction wheels disabled. Now can I switch to the Sundiver? It's still giving me the acceleration warning. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to have to wait till the electric charge runs down and then switch. Alright, I'm waiting for the electric charge to go down on this thing, and I've noticed something really peculiar. As you can see here, there's nothing here but a probe core, an antenna, and the MechJeb unit. And the MechJeb unit is disabled. It's turned off. You can see right there. Alright. Now, flip out here and look at the orbit. It was a circular orbit. Note the apoapsis continues to climb. What the heck is that all about? Obviously, there's some kind of really strange glitch. Something that is not supposed to be happening. So given that, I am going to go ahead and let it restore back to the same way, back to what it was before. Jumping back into the tracking station here. All right, Drez 1. There it is. All right, let's switch to it. And now the big question is, will it be intact? Apparently, it is. All right, let's make sure this is turned off. SAS on. And some time warp. I hit time warp and it just goes crazy. All right, I'm going to come back to it one more time, just because this is weird. All right, once again, I'm back to this really strangely behaving Drez 1. And this time, I'm going to just wait the next, say, 3.5 minutes to get this thing into burn position. Now there's 1552 delta V on this lowermost stage, so that will provide most of it, and then the next stage up will finish the burn. So I'm going to estimate a burn ignition of about 1 minute and 30. T-minus 1 minute 30. And so I'm just going to kick back here and wait until T-minus 130. Okay, we're just under 1 minute and 30 seconds before the node. And I'm going to go ahead and do a test burn to see how long the burn needs to be, and then do the burn. I'm going to record the entire thing, although I'm not going to use any of that footage unless something weird happens. And I'm doing that because a couple of weird things have already happened. And so let's do the test burn. I guess we go for the whole burn right now. And assuming nothing strange happens, we'll see you when the burn is over. Okay, as you can guess, the burn has gone uneventfully. Nothing weird happened, which I'm very grateful for. All right. Kill that node. I like being able to do that from right next to the nav ball. Alright, let's go ahead and get out of Kerbal influence. Actually, it looks like... oh, wait a minute. Oh, ship is under acceleration? Excuse me? Okay, apparently there isn't going to be any time warping this ship. As a matter of fact, I don't know what the heck this thing is doing. SAS is off. And look at the way it's bending. The controls are not showing any deflection. But this thing is flopping around like a noodle. And this is the kind of thing that broke it because the mass of the other stage made it try to bend too much. This is apparently within its capability to stay intact. But, doggone it, that's weird. See, throttle is off, RCS and SAS are off. But according to this, it's under acceleration, and therefore I can't switch away from it without reverting back. That is bloody peculiar. And there's nothing to use the keyboard to switch to another thing. And as long as this thing thinks it's under acceleration, I can't switch to anything else. So, I'm going to just let this thing slide for a while and see if it will stop acting up. Alright, I have no idea what was causing the thing to flop and wobble like that with everything turned off. I mean, I even went so far as to... I went and I shut down the engine, I locked the gimbals, it didn't change anything. And I went up here and I tried disabling the torque, and that didn't change anything. I have no idea what's going on. What finally stopped it was I used quick save, quick load. And that has stopped it from flopping around. And I've gone ahead and set up a maneuver for over here where the descending node will be at the time. And I seem to have lost my target lock. That sets me up for a close approach of 42,000 kilometers. from Drez when we get out there, and it's only going to cost 620 meters a second. So that'll be fine. And that maneuver is in 106 days, which means we can go ahead and switch to Sundiver Recovery and time warp that into position for its next burn. Okay, here we go. Just check on this and make sure everything is still set the way it's supposed to be. All right, and now let's time warp and hope that that doesn't cause something to explode or go completely funky weird. Well, our delta V estimate went down and back up, and it's now going way up. I don't know what that's all about. Close alarm. And that wasn't supposed to be a 6,000 meter per second delta V burn, I don't believe. We don't even have that much. Well, isn't this special and weird? All right. All right, dropping the maneuver right here in front of the ship. And see what we can do. All right, 23,000 kilometers separation. See if I can get a better view of that. $25, 18, 15,000, 12,000, 9,000, 6,000. Okay. All right. 5,800. Looks like 5,800 is going to be the way to go. So we'll go ahead and get lined up. And for some reason, my MacJeb thing has turned to using this translucent thing that I really dislike. I don't like it because I find it difficult to read the numbers on it. You know, like, all right. There it's okay, but when there's a sun or something bright in the background behind it, that makes those numbers very difficult to read, which is why I like using the MacJeb 1 skin. This is strange. There is some strange, peculiar things happening here. Like the fact that I set this thing to align with the maneuver node, and it's not doing anything. It's got the controls slammed all the way over, but nothing's happening. I know there's reaction wheels on here, right here. And this thing has had no problem turning with that before. So there's another set here. All right, RCS. we're in free camera mode. Let's try this again. Okay, this is bloody peculiar. Engine's active. RCS port's obviously active. It has plenty of electricity and monoprop. But functions that worked just fine a little while ago when I was undocking and redocking with that asteroid to move it are now not working at all, and I have no clue what the heck is going on here. And I'm getting no reaction from anything. It's like this ship is locked in position and is not permitted to turn. Like physics is no longer working. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. So it's time to try to figure it out. But that'll gonna have to wait until after I get some lawn mowing done. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.